Hi. Today I'd like to dive into something super fascinating, which is the teachings found in Carlos Castaneda's books and how they offer a completely fresh and honestly life-altering perspective on inner energy. To be honest, I haven't finished reading all his 12 books, but I keep on browsing them and I find them so captivating and intriguing. Here's The Wheel of Time, a collection of great quotations from all his writings. So, let me ask you, have you ever felt that there's more to you than just your body and your thoughts? Like there's an invisible force within you that either fuels or drains you depending on your state. That feeling, that awareness is what Castaneda's work is all about. His books open up a whole new lens on what we are and how we function energetically in the world. So, here's the deal. Carlos Castaneda was an anthropology student at UCLA when he met a man named Don Juan, a Yaqui sorcerer or man of knowledge, as he's called in the books. Don Juan became his teacher, and over the course of several books, Castaneda documents their conversations in his mind-expanding apprenticeship into what Don Juan calls the Toltec tradition. Now, one of the most essential ideas of this tradition is that human beings are not just biological creatures. We are luminous energy fields interacting with the energy fields of everything around us. But most of us, Don Juan says, are blind to this. We've been trained to see the world in a very narrow and habitual way. Our perception is locked in by constant mind chatter, past traumas, and social conditioning. And that narrow perception, it eats up a massive amount of inner energy, as I've explained in a recent video. So, what happens when we start becoming aware of this energy? That's where Castaneda's books really shine. Like the Celestine prophecy, they don't just talk about energy. They show you how to feel it, to track it, to protect it, and to use it to transform your perception of reality. Let me break down a few of the core practices and insights that help you understand and work with the inner energy, this inner energy. One of the first things Don Juan teaches Castaneda is that our inner dialogue, the voice in our head, is constantly reinforcing the world we've been taught to see. Every time we tell ourselves what something is, we lock it into place. So, just by quieting that voice, even for a few moments, we release energy, we open space, and in that silence, we can start to perceive the world differently. The air feels more alive, colors shift. Time slows, it's subtle but deeply powerful. This is the first step to reclaiming your personal energy. Because honestly, most of us burn so much of it just keeping our mental noise going. In here, Castaneda aligns 100% with Eckhart Tolle. Next is something called recapitulation, which I find pretty fascinating. It's basically a process of energetic memory clearing. Here we revisit past events, not to analyze them, but to retrieve the energy you left behind, like moments of conflict, emotional pain, regret, or even relationships that drained you. They still hold little fragments of your energy. And through breath work and visualization, you call that energy back to your center. And the result, you feel lighter, clearer, and more whole. Then there's a practice of dreaming, which in Castaneda's world isn't just something your mind does while you sleep. It's a training ground. It's a space where your energy body can move freely, explore other realities, and gather knowledge that's not accessible in ordinary waking life. Don Juan teaches that the dream world is just as real as this one. And with enough energy and awareness, you can wake up inside your dreams and begin to navigate them consciously. Pretty cool, don't you think? But this is not about fantasy. It's about becoming fully aware in all the dimensions of your being. So, why does it matter? Because what Castaneda's books show us is that energy comes first. Before your thoughts, before your emotions, there's your energy. And as we've seen in other videos, if that energy is blocked, scattered, or being drained through unconscious habits, then everything in your life feels off. But when you start reclaiming and redirecting, your entire perception begins to shift. You feel more present, more powerful, more connected. You stop leaking energy into drama, and you start flowing it into awareness. So yeah, I think Carlos Castaneda's books are essential reading for anyone serious about understanding subtle energy, not just in theory, but as a living, breathing part of your experience. True, it's not always an easy read. Sometimes it's weird, trippy, confusing, but it's part of the magic. If you stay open, there are insights in those pages that can wake something up in you. And once it's awake, you'll never look at energy or yourself the same way again. So if this sparked something in you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences with Castaneda's work. Thanks for your attention. And till next time, stay grounded, stay present, and protect your energy.